Absolutely.
That's what we do here. And so at Westport has been a little thin over the last couple of years. Some companies moving out and closing down. But it's good to see that people are breathing new life in it, as well as KTRS. Welcome to the Big 550 KTRS, back by popular demand. Brian Owens. Brian, you are the brewmaster of O'Fallon Brewery. Welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Big news for O'Fallon Brewery. What's the big news?
So we're building a new brewery. We currently bottle our beer up in Wisconsin, and so the goal is to build a new brewery here by the end of the year and bring everything back into production here in the St. Louis area.
And you're building it out here in Westport.
We are just about a block or two away from you.
Because Westport was designed by somebody who is on meth, so it's very confusing. Where here in Westport is this brewery going to be?
So it's going to be at 45 Parkway, and so really just north just a bit here from Westport Plaza.
Okay, is it going to be outside of 270 or inside of 270?
It's going to be inside of 270.
Inside of
just
270.
inside,
Okay.
Almost right against 270 there on Parkway.
Okay, great. And now when you say a brewery, is there going to be a bar or a restaurant attached to it, or is it just going to be a brewery where you go to get the beer?
It'll be both. And so right now we don't have, the tasting room, which we'd like to have. And so we're going to build, it'll be a small kitchen, tasting room, bar, and
Right.
production facility all in one.
O'Fallon Brewery has taken off these last couple of years, right?
Yeah, we're doing well.
Well-
Production is up.
What happened the last 3 years?
So 3 years ago or so, Jim Gorsica bought the brewery.
Right.
He was a former AB exec, and things have been going well ever since.
How was O'Fallon Brewery doing before he purchased this?
We were doing well. We were in a slow growth curve. Husband and wife team, Tony and Fran Caradonna, owned it
Right.
at first. They took it to a point that they could, and then Jim kind of came in and helped expand things. a
So
lot.
Jim took what he learned at Anheuser-Busch and then sort of superimposed that on O'Fallon Brewery.
He did.
But as great as a marketer as he is, you still have to have a good product to sell.
Yeah, it's the combination.
Right. And so how has the brewery has the beer changed over the last 3 years at all?
It has. We've added some new brands. We still have some of our old flagships that we've had for years.
Right.
But I brought a couple of our new brands today, Zeke's Pale Ale and our Rager Red.
Okay, so I'm not a beer aficionado. So what makes a beer a craft beer?
I think it's technically defined as, I think, Sam Adams and lower as far as production is concerned. So
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 Sam
smaller-
Adams is the highest craft beer.
They are,
Okay.
technically.
Okay.
Right, gotcha. There is an explosion of craft beer around the country, and it seems like St. Louis, maybe because we're here, but it seems like St. Louis, it's exploding even more. Is that an accurate representation?
Yeah, it really has. St. Louis is on the map nationally for one of the best craft beer cities, I think. We've gone from, just a dozen or less craft breweries in the last 5 years or so to, I think, 25 nowadays.
Mhm.
And
Right.
So it's a big boom in St. Louis.
So this also means since you're producing more beer, you're going to have to be hiring some more people too, right? Which is
We
a good
will.
thing.
We currently employ about 10 people, and so we're looking to double or triple that number here when we build a new facility.
Are you looking for brewmasters, taste testers? Because we could certainly do that
Yeah, I mean,
for
we
you.
could do it right after we get off.
Right,
the air.
it's a beautiful deal. It's a great story. Why this location? You could have gone anywhere. What was it about the Westport area that you guys liked?
That's a good question. Probably better directed towards Jim, but I think a lot of it has to do with just kind of bringing the brewery a little bit more centrally located in the St. Louis area. So we'll probably still have a representation out in O'Fallon of some sort, but it's
Right.
nice to, I think, move a little bit closer to the city so that we can work with both St. Charles County and St. Louis.
Did you get any tax breaks or any tips or anything like that?
That's a good question. I'm just a beer guy.
Smart man. So you taste the beer.
I do every day.
And can you tell the difference between one batch to another if it's off?
Definitely. And that's one of the first things. We taste beer from start to finish. And so from the day we brew it to the day we package it, we taste it every day along the way just to make sure everything's going like it should.
Right.
Any female brewmasters that you know of?
There
Just
are.
Curious.
In fact, we have an employee, Kat Golden, who is a female brewer for us and does a great job.
What's the biggest selling O'Fallon beer?
Well, Weech and 5 Day are our number one brands, but we just came out with a new flagship or year-round, and we haven't done that in a few years, called Zeke's Pale Ale.
Right.
And Zeke's is doing really well.
I like the pale because I get confused. I like the wheat beer, but I like the lighter beers.
Mhm.
So wheat is considered a lighter beer, right?
Typically,
Yeah.
most of the wheat you find have a lighter flavor.
Yeah, and the pale ale is a lighter, airier, if you will, not as heavy, right?
It is. So, our 5 Day is really heavy and hoppy, and like the Zeke's, the new Pale Ale is a lot lighter.
Right.
Is it if it's heavier? Does it mean it has more alcohol in it?
Typically.
Interesting. What about how come breweries and brewmasters don't make pumpkin beer 12 months a year. It seems like every time Halloween rolls around, people are like, great, pumpkin ale, we love it. Why not have it on the shelves all year long?
People ask that question. I think part of it is it kind of helps build the anticipation for the beer. People look forward to it every year. It's fitting for the season. But from a brewer's standpoint, we hate making that beer. I mean, it's a tough beer to make. When you talk about adding real pumpkin to the mash,
right.
It kind of gums up the works and slows things down. So if you ask the brewers, none of us want to make it year round.
You don't even want to make it in the fall.
At all.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so the O'Fallon Brewery opens up when?
So we're looking to open up the end of the year. So the end of 2014 or the beginning of 2015.
Okay. And then where can we get O'Fallon beer now?
Now you can pretty much find it anywhere. Any of the big chain stores, the Chinook Shop and Save Deerbergs of the world, specialty liquor stores.
Sure, yeah. And because of this expansion, can we start to see it in Chicago and Denver and Kansas City and Phoenix?
Definitely.
Is that the plan?
Yeah, we currently distribute in 13 states. And so, most of those markets, we have Chicago and Kansas City. And again, we brew all of our bottled beer in Wisconsin. I'm actually headed there after I leave the show today.
Right.
We're going to bring all of that back. So we'll bring back a lot of production here.
Beautiful. Is there going to be excess capacity where you can brew for other people?
Potentially. And so we're going to start with about 25,000 barrels of capacity.
Right.
We currently produce about 15,000 barrels or so. And we'll be expandable up to about 50,000 barrels.
It's a great story, and it's great to see.
Local.
It's great to see somebody building something here in St. Louis from scratch, right? Because the land is empty now, right?
Well, there's an existing building there, so we're going to take over a building that's there, but the land right next to it is, I think there may be a hotel going up right there, so we'll move into an existing facility.
Nice little beer garden.
Yeah.
Little food.
Yeah.
Some beer.
How about a KTRS Friday afternoon
That's
deal,
what I'm
right?
talking
Lunchtime
about.
tasting. You guys are welcome to come down.
See that?
Perfect.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So, O'Fallon Brewery in supermarkets, quick trips, gas and sips all over the town. Restaurants, right, on the tap as well?
For sure. Yeah, we're on draft around town.
Yeah. Do you have a light beer?
Well, our Zeke's is one of our lighter beers that we just came out with, so it's a 5% beer. We don't do a technical
light
beer.
Gotcha.
But we do have some lighter varieties.
Yeah.
Is this red ale pretty new too?
Yeah, the Rager Red is our
Rager
spring
Red.
seasonal. Rager is Irish slang for party, so it's fitting for Mardi Gras this weekend and St. Patty's Day coming up.
Rager Red.
I think
know.
McGraw will be having some of that at Mardi Gras.
I think I know a guy named Dick Brill who might like that Rager Red beer. O'Fallon Rager Red. All right. Pick it up newsstands in your beer item, right? In your beer aisle, all over town. That's a great story. Brian Owens, congratulations. Welcome to the hood. And we'll see you down the road.
Right on. Cheers, guys.
You got it. 846 here, Big 550, KTR.